Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we are exploring the fascinating world of United Kingdom 1 shilling coins, discovering the top 5 most valuable and collectible shillings that have attracted serious attention from collectors around the world. These historic British coins are not just pieces of old currency, they are small pieces of history that carry stories from the reigns of different monarchs, changes in British society, and the evolution of coin design. Let's get started. First up, the 1963 United Kingdom 1 shilling in circulated condition. This classic coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and represents one of the final years of the traditional pre-decimal British shilling series. While millions were produced, the 1963 shilling continues to attract collectors because of its historical importance, beautiful design, and the possibility of finding exceptional examples that can command much higher prices at auction. In this video, we will explore the history of the coin, examine its unique features, discuss collector demand for circulated and damaged pieces, review current market values in US dollars, and share some useful tips for collectors who may own one of these vintage British coins. The story of the 1 shilling stretches back for centuries and is deeply connected to the history of British currency. By 1963, the shilling had already become an everyday coin used throughout the United Kingdom. The coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose reign began in 1952 and would eventually become the longest in British history. The 1963 issue belongs to the pre-decimal currency system, where 20 shillings made £1 and 12 pence made 1 shilling. During the early 1960s, Britain was experiencing social and economic change. The country was modernizing rapidly, yet traditional coinage remained an important part of daily life. The Royal Mint struck millions of shillings to meet circulation needs, and these coins passed through countless hands in shops, markets, and businesses across the nation. Because the coins circulated heavily, many surviving examples show wear, scratches, and signs of long use. This circulation history gives each coin character and connects it directly to the people who used it more than 60 years ago. The 1963 shilling was produced in cupronickel, a durable alloy that replaced earlier silver compositions. Although it does not contain silver, collectors still appreciate it because it marks an important era in British numismatics. Just a few years later, the United Kingdom would move toward decimalisation, making coins like the 1 shilling a reminder of a monetary system that no longer exists. One reason collectors enjoy the 1963 1 shilling is its elegant and recognisable design. On the obverse, the coin features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. Around the portrait appears the Latin legend identifying Elizabeth II as Queen. This portrait is considered one of the most attractive depictions of the monarch and remains a favourite among many collectors. On the reverse, the coin displays the beautiful English lion standing on a crown, a design created by Eric Gill. The lion symbolises strength, tradition, and the long history of the British monarchy. The denomination 1 shilling and the date 1963 appear around the design, making the coin easy to identify. The coin measures approximately 23.5 mm in diameter and weighs around 5.65 grams. Its reeded edge adds both security and visual appeal. Even in circulated condition, the detailed lion and crown design often remains visible, allowing collectors to appreciate the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint. Many people are surprised by how attractive this coin can look despite decades of use. Now let's address the question that many viewers ask: is the 1963 1 shilling rare? In general, the regular circulation issue is not considered a rare coin because a very large number were minted. However, rarity in the coin market depends on more than just mintage figures. Condition, eye appeal, and special varieties can significantly affect demand. Circulated example with moderate wear is quite common, but collectors still purchase these coins because they are affordable and historically significant. A damaged coin, such as one with scratches, corrosion, dents, cleaning marks, or environmental damage, is usually worth less than a well-preserved piece. Nevertheless, there remains a steady market for damaged examples because many beginners enjoy collecting inexpensive vintage British coins, and some people seek them for album fillers or educational collections. Interestingly, even heavily circulated coins can generate excitement if they possess unusual characteristics, such as a striking error, an uncommon die variety, or exceptionally attractive toning. These factors are not typical, but they demonstrate why collectors carefully inspect every coin before dismissing it. The 1963 shilling may not be a major rarity, yet it continues to be highly recognizable and widely collected around the world. Collectors of Queen Elizabeth II coinage often attempt to assemble complete date sets of shillings. Because of this, the 1963 issue enjoys consistent demand. It is especially popular among collectors who remember using shillings in everyday life before decimalisation in 1971. Nostalgia can be a powerful force in the coin market, and many buyers are willing to pay for coins that remind them of their youth. Let's talk about the value of the 1963 United Kingdom 1 shilling in today's market. Keep in mind that coin prices fluctuate depending on condition, demand, certification, and the venue where the coin is sold. In heavily circulated or damaged condition, a typical 1963 1 shilling often sells for approximately 25 cents to $2. These are the most common pieces and are frequently found in mixed world coin lots and average circulated condition, where the major details remain visible and the coin has normal wear. Values commonly range from about $1 to $5. Many collectors purchase coins in this range to complete collections and very fine to extremely fine condition, with much sharper detail and less wear. The coin may sell for around $5 to $15 depending on eye appeal and market conditions, and uncirculated or near gem condition, especially if professionally graded, prices can rise further, often reaching $20 to $75 or more. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling 1954 coin in fine condition. This small but historically important coin represents the early years of the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and remains an interesting collectible for beginners and experienced collectors around the world. The 1954 1 shilling is not considered one of the rarest British coins, but its connection to the post-war era, royal history, and classic British designs gives it a special place in many collections. Many collectors search for these coins because they are a reminder of Britain's transition period after World War II, when traditional coin designs continued while the country was moving toward a modern economy. Depending on condition, variety, and collector interest, a 1954 1 shilling can attract attention at coin shows and online auctions. Today, we will explore its history, unique features, rarity, collector demand, possible market value in dollars, and important tips for anyone who owns one of these classic British coins. The United Kingdom 1 shilling 1954 was issued during the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who became monarch in 1952 after the death of King George VI. This period was historically significant because Britain was entering a new royal era, and coins featuring the young Queen Elizabeth II became highly collected by future generations. The 1954 shilling belongs to this important period of British coinage and carries the symbolism of a changing nation. The 1 shilling was part of Britain's pre-decimal currency system, where 1 shilling represented 20 shillings in £1. These coins were commonly used in everyday transactions before decimalisation in 1971. The 1954 issue was produced in cupronickel, a durable metal that replaced older silver compositions for many circulating British coins. The coin weighs approximately 5.65 grams and has a diameter of about 23.5 millimeters, with a reeded edge designed to help prevent counterfeiting. The 1954 1 shilling was produced in different reverse varieties, including the English design featuring the shield with 3 lions and the Scottish design featuring the lion symbol. These variations make the coin more interesting to collectors who study British coin varieties and historical designs. One of the most attractive features of the 1954 1 shilling is its classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse side shows the young queen wearing a laurel wreath, created by the famous engraver Mary Gillick. Around the portrait appears the inscription identifying Elizabeth II as Queen by the grace of God. This design became one of the most recognizable portraits in British coin history. The reverse side displays important national symbols. The English version shows the royal shield containing 3 lions, representing England's historic royal identity. Above the design is the legend FID Def, meaning Defender of the Faith, while the words 1 shilling appear below. The date 1954 is divided on either side of the shield, creating a balanced and attractive design. Collectors also appreciate the craftsmanship of these coins. Even though millions were produced, examples with clear details, attractive natural toning, and minimal damage can become more desirable. A fine condition example usually shows moderate circulation wear but still maintains the main design features, making it a good choice for collectors building a historic British coin collection. When discussing rarity, it is important to understand that the 1954 1 shilling is not an extremely rare coin. Large numbers were produced, with the English reverse variety having a mintage of approximately 30 million coins. Because of this, ordinary circulated examples are available in the collector market. However, collector interest does not depend only on rarity. Condition, appearance, and historical importance also play major roles. A damaged 1954 1 shilling with scratches, heavy cleaning, corrosion, or missing details may have lower value, but collectors who specialize in British coinage may still appreciate it as a historical piece. Fine condition examples are often more desirable than heavily worn examples because they preserve more of the original design. Collectors looking for affordable Elizabeth II era coins frequently add these shillings to their collections because they represent an important chapter in British monetary history. Some collectors also search for coins with attractive natural color changes, sharp lettering, or unusual striking characteristics. These features can sometimes increase interest during auctions because collectors often value eye appeal as much as basic rarity. The market value of a United Kingdom 1 shilling 1954 depends heavily on condition, variety, and demand. For a typical fine condition example, values are generally modest compared with rare British coins. Many price guides list fine examples around a small amount, while higher grade examples can achieve stronger prices. A normal 1954 1 shilling in fine condition may commonly sell for around 30 cents to $1 USD, depending on the buyer, seller, and marketplace. Better examples with stronger details, attractive appearance, or higher grades may reach several dollars. Extremely well-preserved examples can attract more attention from collectors. At auction, the final price can vary because collectors may compete for coins that fit specific collections. A coin with excellent eye appeal, rare variety characteristics, or professional grading may perform better than an ordinary circulated piece. It is important for collectors to remember that not every old coin is automatically valuable. The true value comes from a combination of rarity, condition, authenticity, and current collector demand. If you own a United Kingdom 1 shilling 1954, the first step is to carefully examine the coin without damaging it. Avoid harsh cleaning because polishing or chemical cleaning can reduce collector appeal and may remove original surface characteristics. Store the coin properly in a protective holder or coin capsule to prevent scratches and environmental damage. Handling coins by the edges instead of touching the surfaces can help preserve their condition. Collectors should also compare their coin with trusted references to identify whether it is an English or Scottish reverse variety. Learning about different designs, grades, and market trends can help collectors understand the true importance of their coin. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from 1957 in circulated condition. At first glance, this coin may look like an ordinary old piece of change, but behind its worn surfaces is a story connected to the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, Britain's traditional currency system, and the world of coin collecting. The 1957 1 shilling is a popular collectible among enthusiasts who appreciate pre-decimal British coins because it represents an important period before the United Kingdom completely changed to decimal currency. Many collectors search through old collections, inherited coin boxes, and forgotten jars looking for these historic shillings. While the 1957 1 shilling was produced in large numbers, examples with attractive details, original surfaces, and special varieties can still attract attention in the collector market. The value of a circulated example depends heavily on condition, variety, demand, and whether the coin has special characteristics that make it stand out. In today's video, we will uncover the complete story of the 1957 UK 1 shilling, including its history and background, unique design features, collector demand even in damaged condition, current auction market values in dollars, and important tips for anyone who owns or discovers this classic British coin. The United Kingdom 1 shilling coin has a long and important history, being part of Britain's currency system for hundreds of years. The shilling was equal to 12 old pennies and was traditionally used in everyday transactions throughout Britain. Before decimalisation in 1971, coins like the shilling were a familiar part of daily life, appearing in shops, markets, and households across the country. The 1957 1 shilling was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, only a few years after her accession to the throne in 1952. This period was significant because Britain was rebuilding after the Second World War while maintaining many traditional symbols of its history and monarchy. The coin was struck in cupronickel, a durable alloy commonly used for British coins during this era. The 1957 shilling was produced with two main reverse designs, the English version featuring the three-lion shield and the Scottish version featuring the lion rampant shield. The reported mintages include approximately 42.7 million for the English reverse and around 18 million for the Scottish reverse, making some varieties more interesting to collectors than others. Although millions were produced, many examples were lost, damaged, cleaned, or heavily circulated over the decades. Today, collectors value these coins not only for rarity but also because they preserve a connection to Britain's pre-decimal monetary heritage. The 1957 United Kingdom 1 shilling has several design elements that make it an attractive piece for collectors. The obverse features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, representing the beginning of a new royal era. The design captures the appearance of the monarch during the early years of her reign and is an important part of British coin history. On the reverse side, collectors can find different national symbols depending on the variety. The English reverse displays the famous shield with three lions, representing England's royal heritage, while the Scottish reverse features the lion rampant design associated with Scotland. These details help collectors identify and classify different versions of the same year. The coin has a diameter of about 23.6 millimeters and weighs approximately 5.63 grams, with a cupronickel composition that helped it survive decades of circulation. For collectors, small details matter. The sharpness of the portrait, the visibility of lettering, the condition of the shield design, and the overall surface quality can greatly influence the interest and price of an individual coin. When people discover a circulated or damaged 1957 1 shilling, many wonder if it still has collector value. The answer depends on several factors. While this date is not considered one of the rarest British shillings because of its high production numbers, collectors still appreciate examples that show clear historical importance and attractive natural aging. Even coins with scratches, dark toning, worn edges, or signs of heavy use can interest beginner collectors, history fans, and people building complete collections of Queen Elizabeth II pre-decimal coins. A damaged coin may not command the same price as a high-grade example, but it can still hold value as an authentic piece of British history. Collectors often search for specific varieties, especially examples with better preservation or unusual characteristics. Coins with original surfaces and strong remaining details are usually more desirable than heavily cleaned or altered pieces. The growing popularity of vintage coin collecting has increased interest in many older British coins. Many collectors enjoy completing date runs, collecting different reverse designs, or building collections that represent the evolution of British currency. The auction and collector market value of a 1957 UK 1 shilling depends mainly on condition. A heavily circulated example with noticeable wear may typically sell for a small amount, often around the lower dollar range. More attractive circulated coins with better details may receive stronger interest from collectors. Based on current collector price guides, circulated examples are generally modestly valued, while higher-grade uncirculated examples can achieve better prices. Some collector references show values increasing significantly for well-preserved examples compared with ordinary circulated pieces. In general, a circulated 1957 1 shilling may often be found in the range of approximately 50 cents to $3, depending on the exact variety and condition. Better quality examples with strong details may reach higher amounts, while professionally graded and exceptional coins can attract stronger bids from dedicated collectors at auctions. The final price is always influenced by demand, presentation, rarity of the variety, and the number of collectors competing for the coin. A common-looking coin can sometimes surprise sellers when it has a desirable feature or exceptional eye appeal. If you own a 1957 United Kingdom 1 shilling, the first important step is to examine it carefully without damaging the coin. Avoid polishing, cleaning, or using chemicals because these actions can remove original surfaces and reduce collector. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling 1958 coin in fine condition. At first glance, this coin may look like an ordinary old British coin, but every piece carries a story from the era of Queen Elizabeth II and the final decades of Britain's pre-decimal currency system. Collectors around the world continue to search for these classic shillings because they represent an important period of British coinage and remain a popular addition to date collections. The 1958 1 shilling is especially interesting because it was produced during a time when traditional British currency was still widely used before decimalisation arrived in 1971. For collectors, coins like this are not only pieces of metal but historical objects that connect us with everyday life in the United Kingdom during the late 1950s. A well-preserved example in fine condition can attract attention from collectors who appreciate the design, age, and historical importance of the coin. In this video, we will explore the complete story of the 1958 United Kingdom 1 shilling, including its history and background, unique design features, rarity, collector demand, damaged condition interest, current auction market values in dollars, and important tips for collectors who want to identify and preserve this classic British coin. The 1 shilling was one of the most recognizable denominations in the old British currency system. Before decimalisation, 1 shilling was equal to 12 pence, and 20 shillings made £1. For generations, British citizens used shillings in everyday transactions, making them an important part of daily economic life. The 1958 1 shilling was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had become monarch in 1952. This period marked a transition in British history, with the country rebuilding after the Second World War and entering a new modern era. Coins from this time reflect the identity and traditions of Britain while also showing the beginning of a new chapter under Elizabeth II. The coin was produced by the Royal Mint and continued the familiar shilling designs used during the Elizabeth II era. The 1958 issue exists with different reverse designs, including English and Scottish varieties, which makes identification important for collectors. The reported mintages show that millions of examples were produced, but condition, variety, and collector interest play major roles in determining value. Although the 1958 1 shilling was not considered a rare coin in terms of survival numbers, finding examples with attractive details, strong surfaces, and minimal damage can be more challenging. Many were circulated heavily for years, meaning higher quality examples naturally become more desirable among collectors. The United Kingdom 1 shilling 1958 has several features that make it an interesting collectible. The obverse of the coin features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Mary Gillick. This portrait became one of the most famous designs in British coin history and appeared on many coins during the early Elizabeth II years. The reverse design depends on the type of shilling. The English reverse features the famous three lions design associated with England, while the Scottish reverse displays symbols connected with Scotland heritage. These national designs give collectors an opportunity to collect different varieties from the same year. The coin was made from cupronickel, a durable alloy commonly used for British circulation coins during this period. It has a weight of approximately 5.63 grams and a diameter of around 23.6 millimeters. A fine condition example usually shows moderate wear from circulation, but important details such as the portrait, lettering, and reverse symbols should remain visible. Collectors often look for coins with clear designs, even coloring, and no major damage. When discussing the rarity of the 1958 1 shilling, it is important to understand that rarity is not only about the number of coins produced. Collector demand, condition, and eye appeal also influence the market. Millions of these coins were minted, meaning ordinary circulated examples are relatively available. However, coins with attractive preservation, unusual appearance, or strong remaining details can become more interesting to collectors. Even damaged examples can have collector interest. A coin with scratches, discoloration, heavy wear, or surface marks may not achieve the same price as a high-grade specimen, but collectors who build complete date collections may still want these pieces. Some collectors enjoy owning coins with visible history because every mark represents years of circulation and use. Fine condition examples are often more appealing because they balance affordability with collectability. They show genuine circulation history while still preserving enough detail to appreciate the original design. Online marketplaces and auction platforms regularly feature 1958 1 shilling coins, showing that there continues to be interest among British coin enthusiasts. The market value of a United Kingdom 1 shilling 1958 depends heavily on the exact variety, condition, and demand at the time of sale. Typical circulated examples usually trade for modest amounts, while better preserved coins can achieve stronger prices. For a fine condition 1958 1 shilling, collectors may commonly see values in the approximate range of $2 to $10, depending on the variety and overall appearance. Coins with better details, attractive surfaces, or certified higher grades may sell for more. Price guides list differences between English and Scottish reverse examples, with values increasing as condition improves. Certified examples demonstrate that grading can influence auction results. For example, a professionally graded 1958 Scottish reverse shilling has appeared in auction records with sales in the single-digit dollar range for a high-grade certified example, while other sales can vary depending on marketplace conditions and buyer surfaces are usually preferred by serious collectors. Check the date, reverse design, and condition. Look closely at the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the lettering around the edge, and the symbols on the collection or inherited coin box. Take a closer look because every coin has a story, and sometimes history can be found in the smallest pieces of metal. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating coin histories, rare finds, and auction discoveries from around the world.